to ease implementation of government's measures to keep social distancing by staying at home, studying from home, working from distance, and distance business meetings. These offers are mobile internet at a very cheap rate, whereby instead of 45 gig for 10,000 francs, it is 150 gig for the same price as at now. A SIM card costs 500 francs with initial 2 gig free of charge for internet connections within 24 hours. There is also activation of internet from home through short codes. You can get the codes through CAM1's commercial centers. Another important offer is the distance business meetings, which enables organizations and institutions to hold video conference calls from 3 to 100 persons, be it national or international. Moreover, there is optic fiber to home from 15,000 francs upwards. Get to CAM1 centers for your subscription.
Our guideline strategies: customer centricity.
Controversies have arose on the conviction of Chief Motia of Livanda Village in Fakou Division, Southwest region of Cameroon. Excitement as well as uncertainties have propped up concerning the shark whale ashore the Limbe seaside on April 21st, 2021. Madame Germaine Aijo has been laid to rest in Dakar, Senegal. Welcome viewers, you're live on CAM1 TV in Limbe, Southwest region of Cameroon. This is the newscast. Controversies have arose on the conviction of Chief Motia of Livanda Village in Fakou Division, Southwest region of Cameroon. Talking to Mr. David Carr, acclaimed as chairman of the Livanda community, he had the following remarks.
Talking right now to the Traditional Council chairman, Mr. David Carr. Sir, could you ascertain for us if Chief Motia of Livanda Village has indeed been convicted and sentenced?
Of course, yes. This is a wide news that has been speculating. We wanted to get the news that was real, and the lawyers confirmed that they were in court, and the ruling was passed on today for destruction. He went into certain people's private property. He had the chiefs are custodians of traditions and not custodians of land. And he is just fortunate that he manipulated and was being made a chief. Actually, the chieftaincy has been protested, has been strongly, vehemently opposed from the outset. But still yet, he has been backed up by certain administrative officials, which he was supposed to have renewed and cancelled. And he has been committed in court in 2020 for false reports. And the matter is still in the Court of Appeal because we wanted to restrain back the charges of the chieftaincy issue. Motia is a non-native and a foreigner. He has been going around destroying people and causing a lot of chaos in government property and people's private property in Livanda. And he has no title over land issue. All whatever documents he had was false document that was being established in 2019. So that's what I can tell you for now. That is talking. Motia is Motia Matias is a foreigner from, the mother is from Itome and the father is a demand in Nigeria. So that That's what I can tell you from now. The judgment is a real judgment passed by the President of the First Control Instance today.
Mr. Chairman, what exactly was his sentence?
The sentence was 1 year imprisonment. Absentia. He was not in court because I had taken on other necessary appropriate steps where he was destroying people's property, destroying the labor issue, violating court order and court injunctions, and intimidating people in the surrender scheme. So he was being arrested on Monday and was being released yesterday. All his cars were being impounded. So he was not even a court when the judgment was passed. The judgment was still passed.
So, Mr. Chairman, now without a chief, what is the headway for the Libanda village?
No, the headway, we are still working on that. There's no problem. From the outset, we didn't want him. He's not a native. All that is cronies, adventurers, and people, street boys, which they pick on the street and manipulate with the deal, the former deal, is already sort of in a because of land grabbing in Libya. So we had a council and we had legal advisors that is going to direct us what to do. Without Mutia, we can still. Why with Mutia we are still working? But he has been an opposition from the outside and he has been destroying even the surrender scheme, which we are very unrest about what is happening.
So, Mr. David Carr, do you see development coming into the village?
The development is not acknowledged by the traditional council. People are building there without a building plan, and people are violating the court order. People are building without permission, they didn't buy the land from the right person. So they are destroying the layout plan for the community. So where do you think we'll put the community when people have bought the land without the notice of the traditional council and the notice of the place? So we don't tolerate that development which is coming on there. We don't tolerate it. I will not accept it at all costs. We are not going to accept it.
What are the necessary steps the council will take to make sure that the lands are gotten back?
There's already a judgment in the Administrative Court that was passed in 10 June 2020. And we have served most of the people building there, but there are some recalcitrant fellows who are stubborn, which they don't want to acknowledge the judgment of the court, of the Administrative Court, 012-2020. And what we are doing now is we are trying to enforce the ruling and the court of the court ruling that cancel the ratification, that cancel whatever thing they have been doing there. People with fake land certificates, fake documents, and fake whatever thing that they have done with the land and survey people. So the necessary step will be taken in as soon as possible, and the lawyers are working on that seriously.
Thank you very much, sir. As a developing story, we'll get back to you on more information.
Okay. I'm very pleased to hear from you today.
Okay.
As a controversial and developing story, subsequent information will be given to ascertain or refute notions or facts. Still in the southwest region, excitement as well as uncertainties have propped up concerning the shark whale ashore the Limbe seaside on April 21st, 2021. Let's have the report. Controversies have popped up over the shark whale set ashore the Limbe Down Beach seaside on April 21st, 2021. Insinuations about the men who brought the fish ashore being allegedly detained, as well as the different causes of death of the shark whale. It was also alleged that the persons involved had been taken to higher authorities for deliberations and acknowledgement.
Me and my colleague go come up with training center.
Which training center will come out?
Venture training center. Young fishermen training center. Venture.
Okay.
And yesterday we don't come out to do water. Then we don't open net around 7 o'clock in the night. And this morning time we just wake up, we say we want to go net, and then we drag the net. So as we drag the nets, we reach for some level, we see all our nets, they don't go down. So when they don't tear all, that means fish don't run net, cut one net them, destroy them. So now for them we find way to say, we not believe for hard neck, may it remain for water. I will try dragging now before we cross the cool, many come, hell so that we move our leg.
We tie them for last for injury, with rope. As that process, as we tie them, the fish, the weight, we carry. So some of the fishermen around, the plants. So when they come, can't help me. They say they don't fit. See now two Nigeria boats. We call for the Nigeria boat. Say, please, I beg, now help me. We told you, because you know if you leave the fish who are net, that means if you leave them, you know get net again. I would draw them. So Maritina, as we don't draw and reach for down here, we call the community. This the yard. Call the community, call the boys.
The shark whale is not a common school of fish at the Limba seaside, and thus it has prompted excitement amongst the denizens of the town.
Some big fish don't come up water, so we can't fit our eyes and to see as a fish day. I never seen before, apart also the same for television, for National Geographic. I've been excited because I've been always seeing for television, but now I don't see physically.
That one got the say na beef, so I don't feel how the people.
This way I've been picking for limbe. I never ever seen that kind of fish. So we all take eyes here.
Though an abnormal phenomena, the city dwellers did not entertain fright on expressing their intentions towards the shark whale.
Maybe sometimes so you ready fish for water. I see the sound for engine. You can see the heat canoe. If you know she don't well balance herself, in the fall for water. I said, you know, like last 2 years, if we jump some power, I said I got to save the power way. As jump the power will not swim small. The power go far from the canoe. The bike canoe so for corner, it tear up. After the pack enter the canoe, before the car rescue the pack. So we'll be happy today for seeing that kind of fish. So when I got on kill another person killer.
Madame Germaine Aïdjo has been laid to rest in Dakar, Senegal. The first ever Cameroonian First Lady died at age 89 years and was buried next to her husband, Amadou Aïdjo. Let's have the details.
Germaine Habiba Ahijo, Cameroon's first ever Premier Dame, was laid to rest on April 21, 2021 in Dakar, Senegal. She was a politician and nurse, married to Cameroon's first ever head of state, Amadou Ahijo, who died on November 30, 1989, and was also buried in Senegal. Madame Germaine Aïdjo was born on February 11, 1932, in Mokolo, Mayo Senegal Division, Far North region of Cameroon, to parents Hawa and Yaya Bubawa. She obtained her certificate in Yaoundé in 1942 and later joined the Girls' College in Douala, today known as New Bell High School. She merited a scholarship in 1947 to France, where she graduated as a state nurse in 1952, specialized in tropical diseases. After befriending President Aïdjo in 1955, Madame Germaine married him on August 17, 1956. They had 3 daughters together, and they both had 1 son each from previous relations. Madame Habiba Aïdjo settled in Dakar, Senegal, with her husband after her alleged involvement in the 1984 coup, where she remained until her death. While alive, Madame Germaine Habiba Ahijo had always advocated for the repatriation of her husband's remains back to his fatherland, until she died on April 19, 2021, without achieving her desires, and as well been laid to rest in a foreign land.
The polio immunization campaign in Cameroon has officially been rescheduled. Its plan of action is moving its date to May 2021. Let's have the details.
Poliomyelitis, commonly known as polio, is a virus that may cause paralysis, usually transmitted through contaminated water or food, or any contact with an infected person. Polio is a virus which can be easily prevented through vaccination, and as such, Cameroon battles with it. Immunization procedures are always a priority. This year in Cameroon, the primary vaccination schedule was to run from the 23rd to the 25th of April 2021, but it has been scheduled and set to run from the 7th to the 9th of April 2021 throughout the nation. The immunization will be for children aged 0 to 5 years who will receive 2 oral drops of the polio vaccine. The campaign will provide vitamin A supplements and deworming medications. Children aged 0 to 3 months without birth certificates will be granted declarations. The campaigns are envisaged as a door-to-door and individual institutional approach. Parents have been urged to get their children vaccinated so as to maintain the good health record of the nation from last year 2020, when Cameroon was declared wild polio-free, and cautiously for prevention, as 2 polio cases were ascertained in February 2021 at the nation's capital, Yaoundé.
Cameroon's government officials, including the Prime Minister, Head of Government, Chief Dr. Joseph Dion Goute, have received the COVID-19 vaccines as a method of prevention and encouragement to Cameroonians to entertain the idea of COVID-19 vaccinations. Let's have the report.
The expanded immunization program team was in the afternoon on Wednesday, April 21, 2021 at the Toit building, the Prime Minister's services in Yaoundé, to administer the first doses of coronavirus vaccines to members of the Cameroonian government. The collaborators of the Prime Minister, Head of Government Joseph Dion Goute, and the President representatives of the organizations of the United Nations system also voluntarily submitted to the vaccination session organized in the auditorium of the Prime Minister's services. The personalities present had the choices between Sinopharm, AstraZeneca and Sputnik V, the 3 vaccines already available in Cameroon as part of the government's response strategy against the dreaded pandemic. After receiving the first doses, the Prime Minister, members of the government and other personalities present at the Etoile building on Wednesday, April 21st, have an appointment for the second doses in 3 months for those who have chosen the AstraZeneca vaccine and 21 days for those who choose Sinopharm or Sputnik V.
Delving into foreign news, Emmanuel Macron is expected at the funeral of late Chadian President Idriss Déby to pay his last respects. Let's get more on it.
France President Emmanuel Macron is to attend funeral of slain Chadian leader Idriss Déby Itno this Friday, the government spokesman said, underlining France's support for the late strongman. The president paid tribute to him at the cabinet meeting and will go to his funeral at the end of the week, Gabriel Attal told reporters at the press conference after a weekly cabinet meeting. France had earlier on Tuesday paid tribute to the late president, describing him as a courageous friend and great soldier while urging stability and a peaceful transition in the African country after his shock death. The veteran leader died from wounds sustained while commanding troops fighting a rebel incursion, according to the army, opening a period of uncertainty in Chad, a key strategic ally of the West in the Sahel region of Africa. Chad is losing a great soldier and a president who has worked tirelessly for the security of the country and the stability of the region for 3 decades, the office of President Emmanuel Macron said in a statement, hailing Déby as a courageous friend of France. The statement also emphasized France's insistence on the stability and territorial integrity of Chad as it faces a push by rebels towards its capital, N'Djamena. Defense Minister Florence Parly praised Déby as an essential ally in the fight against terrorism in the Sahel, while emphasizing that the fight against jihadist insurgents will not stop. Déby had ruled Chad since taking power on the back of a coup in 1990, and was a key partner in the West anti-jihadist campaign in the troubled Sahel region, where France's 5,100-strong backing force is deployed.
Moving on to sports. Choupo-Moting has taken up reins of serious scorer with Lewandowski in absentia. Let's have the report.
The Cameroonian striker has scored 4 goals in his last 5 games. It is a long way from that time when Choupo-Moting multiplied technical occurrences and shone with incredibility columnist since leaving France and Paris Saint-Germain, where he was constantly the subject of sometimes unwarranted criticisms, and joined Bayern Munich. The Cameroonian striker has flourished on the pitch. He is certainly not the first offensive choice of the Bavarian club, but he always responds when called upon to replace Robert Lewandowski, the official scorer of the 5-time European champions. It is in this role that he has been working for several weeks. Due to the unavailability of the Polish injured since March, Eric Choupo-Moting is now the player the club relies on to score goals. The captain of the indomitable Lions of Cameroon does not shy away from his pleasure. Indeed, the native of Hamburg has scored 4 goals in the last 5 games with Bayern Munich. In the quarter-finals of the Champions League against Paris Saint-Germain, the Cameroonian scored 2 goals, one in the first leg, lost 3 goals against 2, and the second in the return leg. He followed up with 2 more league goals against Wolfsburg and another against Bayern Leverkusen last Tuesday, which makes him a total of 3 goals in the league and 3 more in the Champions League. Asked at press conference about the current state of form of his striker, Hansi Flick, the Bavarian coach who will leave the club at the end of the season, suggested that Choupo-Moting could overshadow Robert Lewandowski. Lewandowski is going to have problems when he returns to the squad, he said.